Hi, I'm just going to show you very quickly how I do embroidery. I'm going to try and keep it really simple. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm just trying to do the basics. So the first thing is you're going to just have your piece of fabric. It's usually good just to wash it and iron it because fabric has a little bit of a starch, what do I call it? Oh, I forgot the word. Something like starch in it that makes it a bit stiff. So wash it and iron it and you're ready to start. Now, when you're embroidering, there's all different sorts of threads you can use. There's this one like called pearl cotton, and another one is this DMC embroidery floss. This is my favorite one. I like to use it, but really any thread will work. Okay, so you're going to need a needle. I use this one. It's called a chenille, but you're really going to use any needle that goes with your thread, your floss or thread, whatever you use. Okay, let's begin now. Okay, so I've just rolled my floss onto this little bit of card to make it easier to handle. Okay, so I usually do this in the same way I teach my kids, so I'll just show you what I do, and it's also just the way I teach my kids. So I want a long bit of thread, so the way I measure that is I just hold it in my fingers, whoops, measured about that long, it's about 80 centimeters, and snip. Now, this is a bit the tricky part. I don't like to use the whole, it's like there's about 6 strands of cotton in there. I don't like to use all of it. It's just a bit thick for me, but you can use the whole thread if you want. I just like to take one of the threads out, and to do that I just have to sort of fluff the ends, hold it, and then just very carefully pull. Sometimes it might get a bit knotty, but if you carefully pull it, whoops, it usually comes out. Okay, there we go. Now I have my one thread and I've got to thread that. So let's see if I can do this without my glasses, which I probably can't. Okay, let's just put my glasses on. Okay, so I'm going to thread it. Oops. If it's not working, like no, that did, whoops. Now, sometimes you just need to cut the end of the thread, and it just makes it a bit easier to thread. Okay, let's see how we go through there. There we go, it makes it easier. Now, I'm going to bring the two ends of the thread together, tie them in a knot, and ready to begin. Now, you can embroider freehand, or you can actually just use a pencil. Whoops, where's my other pencil? Oh, over here. A pencil to draw your line. This is a wax pencil, works good. This is just a soft 2B pencil, it also works well. They've got all sorts of different implements at the embroidery shop or the fabric shop you can use, but I just find these two great. So I'm just going to draw a straight line. Of course, you can draw a curved line or whatever you want. And I'm just going to show the first stitch, which is a back stitch. So I'm going to start from the back. Yep. So that came straight through because my knot wasn't big enough. So I'm just going to retie my knot. I'm just going to do that double. Okay, that should be a bit better. So let's try again. Always I'm going to start at the back on the line. Let's hope it works. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to do a stitch. So each of your stitches are going to be more or less the same size. So let's do, I don't know, this is about 3 mil. I'm going to put my needle in front and I'm going to come out about the same distance. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do a back stitch, and that's because we're going to go backwards. So you're going to go wherever the last stitch finished, put the needle in there, and you're going to come up the same distance in front of the thread. So that distance and that distance is more or less the same. Pull. And we're going to do the same again. Go back to where you started. Bring the needle up about the same distance. Pull it through. and you can keep on going, and that's called a back stitch. Now of course you can do your stitches much smaller than I've done, and you can do your line curved. Now I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to cut my thread. I don't have a one ready. I'm just going to cut my thread again, and I'm going to tie a knot, and I'm just going to double that over, and I'm just going to show you how to do, let's see if this works, a French knot, which is quite cute. So you're coming in from the back. Okay, now it's a bit tricky to do a French knot. It doesn't always work well. So you're going to get the thread and you're going to pull it around your needle, round again, and then you're going to poke your needle more or less just next to the hole you made. Tighten it like that. Take it to the back. Yep. And a little knot. And then you bring your needle, if I wanted my next French knot over here, I'd put my needle wherever I wanted. So that's a French knot. Now I'm going to show you one last thing. Just going to cut that off again. For instance, you might want to do a little, something like a little star. So I'm just going to draw a star like that. Always starting from the back. Okay, you're going to take your needle, put it at the end of this point, and bring it straight up to the end of the point next to it. Up, pull, and just turn my, oops, I'm going to turn my fabric around, right over here, and bring up the needle right to the next point. And you're going to keep on doing. What I'm just going to show you now is how I end my thread. So I'm just going to take this to the back this time. So to end your thread, you're going to come to the back, and you need a little knot here. So one way of, you can either just do it like a French knot, or you can just take your needle through any of the last stitches, and when you have that little loop here, bring the thread through the loop. That makes a knot, and I sometimes just do it twice, just to make sure. Snip, and you're done. Okay, if you have any more questions or would like to ask anything about the stitches, there's lots more stitches. Any questions, just ask me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.